Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to your weekly reading for June 6th to June 12th. I'm doing these readings just a little bit differently. I'm making them a bit more shorter and concise, and I'm also just doing oracle cards this week. I just wanted to change it up and do something different, and it's been working out pretty well. I've been kind of liking the format. So that's the little update here that we have for the weeklies. So let's get started on your reading here. Right as I hit the record button, a little spider kind of dropped down from, I don't know where it came from, but I looked up the meaning because I felt like that was significant here. And I feel like you're working very hard. You're really in this place of expansion is what I'm sensing here. You're building something. You are working very hard, diligent, like attentive, hard work. Those are some of the meanings for spider. I also feel like there is an element of regaining a sense of control over your circumstances, your reality, the work that you're doing. I think that's really important to feel grounded in what you're creating for yourself. And I feel like assurance is something that is going to be very important to you right now. I feel like that's what you're working towards. You're working towards feeling safe in what you're building, that it's going to bring you abundance. It's going to bring you the things that you are wanting for your life. That's kind of, that's going to bring a sense of security and stability, that we can move things forward, that things are working out. That's the vibe that I'm getting. And I liked the symbolism of the spider kind of showing up because I feel like that confirms that through your patience, your hard work, your kind of this consistency that you have that you're putting towards what you're building is going to bring in that abundance. They also brought, when I looked up the meaning of spider, they also kind of drew my attention to the number 8. So because of the 8 legs, or sometimes that's important for certain people. So 8 is also, I associate that number with abundance. Also infinity. Some people also associate that with infinity. So I hope that, I don't know if that resonates for anyone, but I wanted to mention that. But let's see what we have coming up here for you this week. I'm hearing the word clear clutter. So I feel like you're getting rid of I feel like this is on an energetic level. I feel like you're continuing to clear a lot of energy. Maybe you are closing up chapters to old relationships, old connections, friendships. I do see some of you walking away from something. So maybe walking away from partnerships, friendships, that kind of thing. So that may be significant here. I feel like that's going to clear room. It's going to make room for new things. Yeah, beautiful. Come together. So I feel like this is about you, as you are diligently working towards building stability for yourself. I feel like this process is also bringing you closer and closer to people who can support you on that journey. I feel like as you clear room, you make room for newer connections and newer opportunities to come towards you. You're going to feel much more in alignment in your life. Like things are starting to really fall into place, and that's going to give you that sense of support. I'm really strongly feeling solar plexus energy for you this week. So that may be an energy center that you're working on or that you're focusing on to kind of strengthen, clear, cleanse. It's also a really good energy center to have balance when we're trying to make things happen, because that's where we put things into action. Like that's the energy. You kind of derive it from the solar plexus energy, so that when that's in a good balanced state, it becomes easier to be motivated to kind of get things done. It's our place of power. What else do we have here for Sagittarius? Unexpected visitors. Beautiful. Love that. So maybe there's some social connections here. Maybe people from the past actually is what I'm seeing here. Unexpected visitors. Maybe people you haven't seen in a long time. And I feel like, okay, this is really interesting. What I'm seeing is that you're going to meet some people. This may only resonate for some of you. There are some of you that are going to reconnect with people from the past, but the relationship is going to be different this time around. I feel like both of you are very different people than what you were when you met the first time around. So I don't know if this is a love connection or a friendship or something along those lines, but it's like, it's just different. It feels different, but better. Like it feels more in harmony. Like there's something that can be solidified or built upon what you guys can both bring to the table this time around. So maybe this is something where, when you first met, you were younger, like you were kids, teenagers, that kind of thing. And then, you go through a lot and you grow through a lot too. So I feel like there's a reconnection or a coming together with someone from the past. This could be a friendship as well. It doesn't have to be love, but I feel like it's going to really be a stable, supportive connection. That's what it feels like. It's going to feel good. Yeah, I like the vibe that I'm getting from this. Let's pick one more here for Sagittarius. One more. Beautiful. And there's something about it that's actually going to help change the energy, and it's going to help shift your life in the way that you're wanting to. So this is another way that Spirit kind of brings in that help. This is how we co-create with Spirit for you, Sagittarius. It's like as you are pouring your energy into building a new life for yourself or building towards the things that you're wanting, some things, like it's almost like things that you don't see coming from other angles that you're not entirely focused on, are going to be coming to you as a gift to help support you in furthering your projects and this mission that you have for yourself. And so for this Metamorphosis card, you're going to see things change more on a rapid level, like things kind of picking up speed here. And you're going to see your life change really radically. You're going to see yourself, kind of putting action towards the things that you may have had in your bucket list for quite some time. And I feel like I see you making things happen more. So again, that's the solar plexus energy. This is an empowerment that's coming in towards you. So I feel like maybe for some of you are even working on healing that center for yourself. And this is how you are able to manifest. This is how you're able to call in things that are more stabilizing or more just supportive for you in your life. And then we have inner peace. So this is all about balance. And I feel like this is also about having things in your life that bring a sense of harmony. So because things feel like they're in their right place. So your friendships, it's going to feel, there's nothing forced here. It's going to feel like the friendships that you have, you're right where you belong. Or if you have a new romance or a new love connection, it's going to feel natural. It's going to feel like there's a flow in it. Like it doesn't have to be forced. We don't have to rush through it. It's going to just be a nice flow. So whatever it is that you're doing, and even with your work, it's going to bring in a sense of harmony and peace, that when you're doing the work that you're doing, that it's not something where you really have to, like, even if you are grinding in a way, like with quotations around it, it's like, doesn't feel like it, like even though you're working hard, it's going to be something that brings you peace and joy and harmony within, that doesn't really feel like work, even though there's a lot of work involved in something that you're doing or you're building, and it requires time and patience and diligence. It's the place that you're working from, that flow, that is kind of really spilling into areas in your life. And so it becomes a peaceful experience. Like the life that you're living is going to become more and more peaceful, and it's going to feel like a joyous experience on a day-to-day basis, which is really, really awesome. I love that. What else do we have coming up here for Sagittarius? Truth. Beautiful. I also feel like this is about expression. This is about pretty much like the truth setting you free. So if there's anything that we feel like we may be kind of holding in or keeping ourselves from fully accepting, acknowledging, or looking at, I feel like this week there may be a lot of those inner truths coming out. I feel like you're in a place where you're ready to maybe even look at the more difficult emotions or more difficult experiences, and you're reaching a level of acceptance with them. So whether that's through forgiveness or through meditation, or even just like talking it through with someone, whatever it is, you are processing a lot of things that we may be kind of holding onto for a long time. I see with this truth card that you're definitely putting something down. You're letting yourself put you're giving yourself permission to put something down. And I feel like it's something where we might have wished that we could have control over it. And like, that's something that I think we hold on to because letting it go sometimes makes us feel like we don't have power over something we were truly desiring and wanting. And so I feel like this level of releasing and letting go of something is going to, I think the process of it may have been a bit more of a difficult path, but at the same time, it's also grace that you're giving yourself. It's compassion that you're giving yourself, because I feel like some of you could also be seeing that holding on to something and have it not be going in the direction that you're wanting it to go in, could also be kind of disrupting that inner peace. So reaching a state of inner truth and kind of allowing yourself to be honest about what it is that you want to do about a specific situation or things that you've been holding on to. I feel like there's an element of letting go with this. And if it's meant to be, if something is meant to work out in a certain way, it will. And all we can do is really just allow ourselves to let go of things that are contributing to maybe a sense of inner chaos. And so you're finding that, really putting something down and letting something be is going to actually give you that inner peace. And that's that self-love for yourself. That's about you doing what you need to do in order to kind of give yourself that inner peace. So let's pick one more here for the inner peace and truth. Stand still. Beautiful. Yeah. So this is about being in the moment, being present, and being okay with wherever we are right now and letting everything else be. So there's a surrender to this week, and that's going to actually help a lot of the things that you're building to incubate. So it's like you planted some seeds in the ground and you are allowing yourself to kind of just go back inside the house or just kind of go do something else, and know that nature will take its course and things will bloom when they're meant to bloom. So I feel like you're in that place of acceptance of that. Like, even though I want it right now, I'm okay that, it's going to happen when it happens. And the more I kind of look at it and stare at it and try to will it into existence is actually just going to cause me more pain because I want it right now. So there's this really beautiful releasing and letting go and surrendering and shifting your focus on things that you can do something with, that you can build with. And you may find that you have a lot more unexpected joys and happiness that comes from other things that you're focusing on. So giving yourself permission to shift your focus is going to be very helpful for you as well, especially if you feel like you've been kind of fixated on some kind of outcome for a while. But take that as it resonates. Okay. What else is coming up for this week for Sagittarius? Cycles. Beautiful. You're definitely done with a stage in your life. You're definitely done with a period in your life, and you know that. And I also feel like you are allowing yourself to grieve. I do sense a sense of sadness with this card, actually. There's a tinge of bittersweet, knowing what you have to do or understanding what direction your life is moving in. And I feel like the sadness is more about kind of understanding what it is that I am moving away from and really reflecting on the lessons that it's brought. But I also feel like, things are going to move in this new direction, whether I whether I'm ready for it or not. You are ready for it. I think it's something you are wanting, but I think it comes with some baggage, because it's going to require you to say goodbye to things, to walk away from things. So you're going through this process, you're going through this metamorphosis, this change. You're shifting from one stage in your life to the next, and you're processing all the things, all the unraveling that comes with. So I feel like that's where you're at. You're very much in the moment, in the present, and allowing yourself to just go through, ride the wave of the change. Freedom. Beautiful. Yeah, but you're definitely going towards brighter things. There's a refreshing energy to this. And I feel like this is something that you've been craving and wanting for a long time. I feel like there's something about your independence and your freedom that you've been wanting for a long time. And I feel like this freedom is actually going to start from within first. So you're releasing yourself. You're putting things down that may have made you feel like you're restricted or caged up in some way. And if that's there emotionally, I feel like you're going to be taking care of that or tending to that first. And so as you release things and kind of set yourself free on an emotional and mental level, that's naturally going to start showing up in your physical world as well. It's going to naturally just kind of flow into the next thing. So your focus is definitely in the right place. Your focus is definitely inward first, and then allowing things to show up in the physical when they're ready, because that's not something we tend to always have complete control over. But I feel like that inner world, we definitely do. And that's where your focus is on. Yeah, beautiful, delight. So this is about, I also feel like you are connecting with your inner child as well. So some of you, as you're releasing a lot of the heaviness, or you're kind of allowing yourself to heal through some big things that we're kind of uncovering here, you're going to find that the lighter you feel, the more connected you feel to your inner child. And so that connection is also going to bring up old dreams and desires and passions and things that you may have even felt like you lost, or you may have forgotten. But I feel like you're going to feel a lot more grounded and a lot more connected with yourself in a way that you haven't in a while, or maybe even ever before. There's more like sensation that's coming through, like you're really coming. It's almost like, it's interesting because this is definitely not going to resonate for everyone, but they're drawing my attention to the solar plexus again. And I'm getting this feeling of, for a while, almost like feeling a bit frozen, feeling a bit kind of stuck in one place and not really able to move forward in any direction at all. There's like this, like some kind of something has been put on ice almost. And they're showing me that this healing is helping you to almost thaw that ice, and you're like coming back alive. So you're going to be really surprised at what you start feeling interested in, or what you feel really drawn to as you start to kind of come back alive here. So that's going to be a really interesting experience. Very beautiful. The solar plexus seems to be an important energy center this week. Vulnerability. Yeah. So this is about allowing yourself to be authentic, allowing yourself to be more in tune with how you really feel about things. I feel like that truth and vulnerability are kind of are connected here. Feeling vulnerable enough to be honest with oneself for how we really feel about something, or, even if we're trying to wrap our minds around or being able to process through difficult circumstances or needing to accept difficult things, it's like allowing ourselves to be honest about how we really feel about it, and how we can take care of ourselves. How can we nurture ourselves, and how can we kind of, be in this place of allowing ourselves permission to be vulnerable. It's okay to let the guard down. It's okay to, especially even like if it's just with us, just me, myself, and I kind of thing. Doesn't have to be necessarily, ready to show the world or show someone else. But I think that there is some kind of starting point here where we're learning to maybe be vulnerable again with ourselves, letting ourselves see ourselves in a way that we haven't allowed ourselves to before. I know I keep saying ourself a lot, but okay, let's pick another one here. I'm also really being guided to the color purple here, because there's a lot of those shades of purple and blues. So this is, there could also be a connection with your intuition, your throat chakra, again, expression of that truth, expression of deeper inner truths of what you see within. So really tapping into that intuition and following that inner guidance. The big picture. Yeah, this is about looking at the stage in your life where you're at right now and kind of taking that zoomed out look. I also kind of feel like you're also reflecting on the beautiful gifts that you have been given, and maybe even some of the more tough experiences, like what that has taught you. I feel like your perspective is going to change. So even if so some of you, if you're healing through something difficult, that healing is going to bring in a level of, it's going to change your perception of the way you've been seeing it. So if we've been stuck in the space of pain, or a space of like holding on to that pain, releasing it is going to help you to see the bigger picture and also have like a different perspective on it. A change of heart is what I'm seeing. And that's going to help really free you. I feel like that's going to give you a sense of freedom, unblocking the heart space. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Love that. So this may also be a good time to rest, to rejuvenate, to really take care of yourself and nurture yourself. I like how we have peace come in here twice. So you're definitely healing through. I think there's going to be a breakthrough this week, actually, in healing something big, like not something small. I feel like there's something big that you are healing through. You're going to have a breakthrough with that, and then catch your breath as well. So this is really pointing to needing to take care of yourself and needing to rest, especially if you feel like you're going through these waves of change, which is something that I feel like a lot of people are feeling right now, especially if you're kind of actively in this inner work kind of cycle. I feel like this is a time where you may feel like one day you have a lot of energy and other days you feel kind of tired and depleted. So allow yourself that time to kind of ride the wave of that as well as you're healing. So, you feel like you need extra rest. You feel like you need some time to yourself, and you really can't get yourself to kind of get anything done that day. Wherever it is that you can get some rest, allow yourself to do that. Just be kind to yourself and know that you're healing. Maybe some things that you can't always see, but your energetic body is going through a really big metamorphosis there. So let's pick one more here. Animal guidance for Sagittarius this week. Set healthy boundaries. You may want to spend some time alone as well. I feel like there's some things that maybe you feel as though there's some things that are kind of changing within you or going on within you that maybe you feel as though not a whole lot of people will understand or see things in the way that you see them. I'm kind of seeing here, I'm not seeing negative energy, but I am seeing that you may kind of like open up. If you feel like you need to open up to people, sometimes you may feel like even with the best of intentions that they don't entirely understand. And so because of that lack of understanding, sometimes they give misguided advice. But it's not necessarily out of a place of like trying to derail you or trying to take you off your path. It's just that they don't understand what exactly it is that you're going through. They're just going to try to give you their best advice from their perception. So I feel like there's a level of discernment here for some of you. Like, I feel like if you're needing to like talk through things, or you're needing to like, I mean, it's within your freedom, your right to, talk to anyone that you want. But I feel like you may sense this week that the advice that some people kind of give you, even if it's coming from a good place, that it doesn't entirely like feel totally aligned with what you're feeling. So trust your intuition there. What I personally have found that is that when I listen to certain people's advice, like I try to, kind of see how it feels, like if it resonates, right? Basically, just like with these readings, when we listen to readings, you always keep hearing, if it resonates, because not every piece of advice is going to resonate with everyone. So trusting that intuition is going to be really important. So I feel like that's going to come up here for some of you, is being able to know what pieces of advice you want to take and what you feel like is maybe not the best option for you. I'm kind of seeing that here. Let's do one more. I don't know why I feel like picking one more here for you. One more animal guidance for Sagittarius. Spirit has a plan. Beautiful. Yeah. So this is that co-creation that I was kind of seeing here. So again, trusting that intuition, trusting where you're being led next, and trusting yourself is going to be, it's like you're your own best friend right now. I really feel that. I feel like some of you may feel like you're kind of alone, but you're not. You're actually not. You're a lot more connected to the spiritual realm than you realize. And I feel like there is something about being alone or kind of being isolated a bit from the people around you. But I think that is there because you are being guided to deepen your trust within yourself. So sometimes it's like, sometimes spirit will make it so that we are like kind of forced to be by ourselves for a bit, to get reacquainted with ourselves, especially if we're used to kind of being around people and we're used to socializing and all of that. This is kind of something that I feel like some of you are being guided to really get to know yourself on a deeper level. So I feel like that has there's something growing within you, and it needs that incubation time and needs that incubation period in order for you to really bloom and grow. So really take that time to rest and rejuvenate and heal and go through this process, because you're going to come out on the other end like fully transformed, and it's going to be very beautiful, and it's going to feel good. It's going to feel very much in alignment with who you are. So very beautiful, Sagittarius. This is definitely a time of expansion and growth for you. So I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. If the reading resonated, if it did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you for next week. Bye, Sagittarius.